Waiting for Paul Lowe to talk a little movie talk here today. Yes.
He's not picking up.
Well, it's that time of the day for him. It's 2 o'clock. We talk from time to time about abusing kids, Fezzi, and you said that you were abused as a kid.
Oh, I think I was definitely abused as a kid, mentally, and the way I got hit by my mother.
I see this as abuse. The way Dr. Steve taught that kid of his to talk. Have you listened? My daddy's going to be all right. Listen, let's take a listen again. The way Dr. Steve has taught this young lady to speak.
Dr. Steve. This Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, listen to my daddy, Dr. Steve, as he answers questions about your testicles, awful diseases, and physical.
This Saturday night, listen to my daddy, Dr. Steve. They're going to come, child services is going to come and take that kid away from him. You can't have a child speak that way in the year 2008.
Sounds like she's working towards being a beauty contestant.
This Saturday, my daddy, Dr. Steve, is going to be on radio. It's 2008. Where's that kid going to work? You can't get a job if you talk that way.
Maybe if they redo Designing Women, remake that TV show.
This is going to shock you, Fez. I never saw it.
Oh, okay. Very Southern on that show.
Here's Paul O's Life's a Movie.
From the legendary Warner Fez Studios in a predominantly white neighborhood, Warner Fez presents Showtime with the Paulo.
Hey, Paulo, you Life's a Movie.
Paulo, you Life's a Movie. How
Hey, Paul, you Life's a Movie. How are you?
Okay.
Paul, let me just say this before we get into the movie reviews.
Right.
Don't kill yourself, Paul. You got a lot to live for. You can make it.
Okay.
Isn't that what I have to do every week now?
No, I mean, I need to go out and start dating. That's what I really need to do.
No one's going to date you. You got 2 women in your life. They were both crazy as hell.
I understand, and that's what I need to find someone who's a little more normal, I guess. So that's what I'm going to try and do.
Do what I do. Go to J-Date and find yourself a nice Jewish girl.
They're lovely people.
Yeah.
Although
my one J-Date that I was in, I borrowed Anthony's Nazi helmet just to see if she had a sense of humor. She did not. Paul, have you dated anybody else since this woman broke your heart?
Well, frankly, I did meet someone last week, and it was a really great situation because we were very supportive of each other. But it turns out that she was the kind of person who had been married to someone her whole life. He treated her like shit for the last 8 years, cheating on her, leaving her, coming back.
Hold on. If you're with my chick, Paulo, I'm going to kill you.
I have to back away from it because she's never going to ever leave this guy. She's just going to stay with a guy who's going to.
That's the woman you want to be with. The best women to be with are married women that are afraid of their husbands and they have to get back home quickly. They're the only ones that let you in middle age fuck them in the car anymore. So you definitely want to hey, I'll drive over. I'm a block away.
Yeah, I know.
We'll fuck on the hood of the car and then you run back.
Well, it turns out
getting
she's just
cigarettes.
a very sweet, nice person. It's not like that. I need to find someone who I can have a real normal relationship.
How did you meet victim number 3 here?
There's no such thing, Paul, as a real normal relationship.
I have dreams.
I mean for anyone. This whole normal thing is just something they fucking sell you on TV. Stop worrying about it. You're a freak. Embrace that.
Okay.
And marry another freak, buy another odd house, make this one in Scottsdale, Arizona, so that you're spreading everything out around the country.
That's not my plan. That's a bad plan, and I hate that plan. But hopefully that won't happen. It could happen though.
So this girl was still married that you were dating, huh?
Yeah, but they were separate. Then he moves in just after I met her for a few days. He moves back in and says, "Can I move back in because I'm having problems paying the rent on the apartment?"
So she had to go back to him?
No, so she's saying to herself, she's the kind of woman who's I want to be a good mother, I want to be a good wife. And so it's she's now saying, okay, now I have to go back and try and be good to him again because, he's come back to me. And I'm saying,
What do you think the perfect woman is, Paul? What would be the perfect woman for you?
I just think a person who's smart, who's happy.
You're not going to find that. You're not going to get it. Hicks, what would be the perfect woman?
A drugged out broad is really what I'm looking for.
To me, I'm looking for somebody that'll bring you a fresh pineapple. That's all I'm asking for in life. Come in with a fresh pineapple. It's not too much. All right, Paulo, let's go over to the movies this weekend. The big movie is Twilight. One of the guys on the show that said was going to be a flop. Was it you or Dave, Fez?
I think it was Dave said that.
Dave, you think Twilight's going to be a flop? And I told you major hit because of this book.
Yeah, I don't see it being that big, Mr. B.
Why don't you come on in here, David? Nobody will talk to me today. I want you to come in here and defend the fact that you don't think Twilight's going to work.
I just think, how many times can you keep doing the vampires? I mean, we've seen it.
We don't get enough vampires.
But but the thing is, we have the Anne Rice, we have all these things.
Can I do you a famous quote from the 90s? The world is a vampire, my friend. And I'll tell you something else, and this is true. Despite all my rage, still just a rat in a cage.
Well,
Paulo, you've seen the Twilight, right?
Right.
Is it the best vampire movie you've ever seen?
No, of course not. Now, let's not start off like that.
Is it the vampire's version of Pretty in Pink?
It's kind of a little bit like that, yeah. Now, I mean, obviously, we haven't talked a lot of movies lately, and so there's a lot of movies out there right now. But this movie is going to be a big hit, and I'll tell you why. Because it's not just one book; it's 4 books, and they've all been on the bestseller list in the last year. There's a huge obsessive cult of.
This is the
women.
start of a movie franchise.
Well, that's what they're hoping for. But there's young women and their moms are going to go to this together and go back again and again. It's really about obsessive love and romance and...
Look, now this is good for you. If you want a woman to fall in love with you, act like a vampire. Because women love... It's the only fucking monster that women are attracted to. You never fucking see women masturbating to a book about the mummy. Yet they get these vampire books, and they'll read 10 pages, they masturbate. Then they read another 10 pages, they masturbate again.
That's disgusting.
They want to be bit.
Why?
Well, because they're monsters, as you just pointed out.
Some kind of monster.
It's half of bestiality, in my opinion, to go out to bang a vampire.
Think of it as a dead human, not a beast, but the Walking Dead.
Then that's half necrophilia. Either way, it's definitely a philia.
I'm with you on that.
The whole point of this movie is to make women wet. I mean, that's really the focus. I mean, it's kind of,
They should have went to Waterworld then. They would have loved it.
And, this is a very nice vampire in a lot of ways. He's very good to this girl.
Hold on, Ken wants to add something here. Ken, you're on Run Fez.
Hey, buddies. I'm 19. I go to college. My girlfriend, all of my friends, absolutely obsessed with this guy. He's written to be the perfect guy. He can't even have sex with them because if he does, he'll turn them into a vampire or something. His arms scintillate. It's the worst writing you'll ever read. But
So he doesn't bang them?
No. I think he does in the last one or something to save her life or some shit. But the whole idea of this book is that it's the perfect romance, and it's written like bad fan fiction, if you know what that is.
If I were a vampire, I would always bite the string. That would be my fucking thing.
That's like a little hors d'oeuvre, I suppose.
Yeah. It was like delicious. So, Paulo, how much money is this going to make?
Well, I can't, obviously...
Is it bigger than Titanic?
No, it's not going to be bigger than Titanic, but...
Bigger than Batman?
No, I don't think it's going to be bigger than Batman either. But I think this is going to be a nice big bump in the as we come into the Oscar season.
All right, so this could be looking at an Oscar.
Fabio with fangs.
No, it's not Oscar. I mean, there's a lot of Oscar movies I've been looking at right now, trying to get my Oscar picks figured out and all of that kind of stuff. And this is definitely not on that list. But I'm just saying it's going to be a nice big bump.
Speaking of a big bump, you're down there in Florida. Could you pick up some product for me before you come up?
I'd love to. I mean, I'd love to figure out when I could come up and everything else. I'm trying to straighten out my life. I have to go up to Peoria, see about the house.
He is traveling to Peoria. Go ahead, Paul. What were you saying?
I'm just trying to figure out what to do. I have to. Hopefully, the website on the movie will be ready by next week. And
what movie is that, Paul?
something called Gap the Movie, gapthemovie.com. But
Change it to Twilight. People seem to be into that.
well, it's apparently.
Paul,
a
when did you
vampire-
get married?
Me?
Yeah, when was that date?
I think it was like February, like right around Oscar time.
So you didn't even make it a year.
No, but we had
Dave
been
is
together.
better at being married than you are.
Yes.
We had been together for a long time, and clearly it was a very complicated, confused relationship on her part. It was very simple for me because
Is the thing that broke you two up the fact that Dave did not send a thank you note?
that was a big thing that seemed to come up that showed how much she was unraveling. I think that really just showed that that was one of those things that she did that showed she was unraveling.
I'd like my picture frames back too now.
Here's Michelle. Michelle, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, guys. I'm just calling to say that vampires aren't the only monster that's kind of sexy. Werewolves are pretty hot, too. I mean, not in the mean that you want to sleep with a dog, but I read this book once. I never really thought about it, and I read a book, and the book was so hot about this woman having this, major sex with this guy who was just a John. She was a prostitute, yada, yada. And she wakes up to this beast next to her, and then he fucks the shit out of her again, but except he's a man-wolf thing.
Man-wolf.
It's amazing.
Now, women do like that. Now, I saw a werewolf with a Chinese menu in his hand, and his hair was perfect.
Well, they hope to make this into a franchise, because they have 4 books out there.
Speaking of franchises, let's get burgers. What's up?
Check it out. Oscar blurb. Hey, Polo, Twilight's going to be once split and twice shy for Oscar gold.
I don't think it has a chance at Oscars, but I will.
I would say this, my, if there's once bit, twice shy.
I do think
You
that
smell smoke.
vampires are much sexier than
Scares me.
werewolves, personally.
So you're saying this is going all the way for Oscar?
There's no real potential for this to go to Oscar. I mean, the acting and the writing
Hey,
is really silly.
What if Eddie Trunk heard this and came running back in from yesterday? It's fucking great.
Eddie, have you gone home? Well,
my favorite is 70s rock.
he's just living underneath the carpet, underneath the Run Fez carpet.
See, that's how you start to talk when you're high. You make up a premise like that and think that it's hysterical.
I don't see one potential for an Oscar for Twilight.
So it's probably going to win.
What could be Dracula than winning an Oscar?
You don't even get that one.
Cooler than winning an Oscar.
Wow, it's awful. Steve, you're on Run of Fez.
Sounds like Twilight's going to stake its claim at the Oscars.
Here's Oscar. You're on Run of Fez.
Yeah, this is Oscar. According to Paolo, I'm going to Twilight.
That was the worst yet.
That was horrible.
Here's John. John, you're on Run of Fez.
It sounds like Twilight's in the zone. The Oscar zone.
Seriously, I did get caught up in.
I'm serious too.
I looked in a mirror. I saw was Oscar's reflection.
You lost me there.
Well, vampires don't have a reflection in the mirror. Twilight's about vampires.
Get away from me with the garlic. Just give me Oscar.
I bet Twilight is going to win an Oscar.
I'm just saying, I understand.
Have the Academy Awards been crucifixed? Twilight wins an Oscar.
I'm just saying that I understand the teenage girls and their obsession with love
Sure.
and romance.
Here is Ron. Ron, you're on Talking with Paulo.
According to Paul, he says, "Pick Dracula at the Oscars."
Awful. These are all bad.
Terrible. And I mean, we really should be talking about good movies at this time. Yeah, I mean, not
Like Twilight.
You can blood bank on it to win an Oscar.
Steven, you're on Run of Fez.
Twilight's gonna shine at the Oscars.
Here's Steve. Steve, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Twilight's gonna suck its way to Oscar.
It does suck, but
Yeah.
the point that the weird thing in this story is that they can walk around in sunlight.
How come?
I don't know. Well, because
Why don't they call the movie Sunlight then?
I don't know.
Here's Chester's liver. I'm sure he's heard about the Oscar buzz for Twilight. Chester's liver.
Hey, what's up? I guess Twilight has an Oscar in the casket.
The Academy will be coughing up an Oscar for Twilight. Gee.
That would be awful if they pulled up in a hearse at the Oscars.
Here's Cam. Cam, you're on Run of Fez.
Twilight's going to number 1 with a silver bullet.
That's for werewolves.
It still works, Paul.
Stay out of the sun. Getting the Oscar.
What?
You're really bad at this.
Yeah.
Here's Anthony. You're on Run of Fez.
Buddy.
Yeah.
Look out, everybody. I want to suck your bloscar.
I say, Paul. These are getting worse, Paul. Here's Ryan. Ryan, you're on Run of Fez.
Yeah, if Twilight wins the Oscars, that mean they're a shoe-in for the Beanie Cup?
Oh, that's right. You don't fucking know how to do these, do you? Fucking ham and egger. 866-RUN-0-FEZ. 866-RUN-0-FEZ. So that's the big movie this week, huh?
Well, no, then Bolt is out with John Travolta.
Oh, that should be good, Bolt. What's
his?
his? John Travolta plays a dog who bites people?
Yeah, yes, he does bite people.
Is he finally back? Does this mean Travolta's back?
Yeah, he's back. I mean, it's the 70s all over again. He's walking down the street, staying alive. He's back.
Looks like Travolta will be Usain Bolting for an Oscar.
Here's Joe. Joe, you're on Run of Fez.
I guess Twilight's acceptance speech is going to be thanks for the Oscar.
Thanks for the memories.
And this hot young actor, he was Cedric Diggory in, I think, the Harry Potter.
Hey, you know what?
White people are so scared of black.
I don't like racism. This is a post-Obama world. And by the way, I think that Obama, if there's anybody that he reminds me of and why I know he's going to be a great president, I think he's Hancock. I think we have finally got Hancock running the... Congratulations, Earl. Hancock.
Thank you, but he's not Hancock.
I got a beautiful video Christmas message from the Obama family today. Did you guys get one?
No, I didn't get one.
No. Yeah, they were just like sitting around, all of them wearing like red sweaters. And they were all thanking us for a very special year.
Oh, that's not fair.
Here's our good friend Mikey Background.
Bella Lugosi Twilight at the Oscars. Get.
Well, I mean, as I say, there's a lot of great things. Incidentally, I have an Ichiban that I don't know if it's been mentioned yet. But they're doing the HBO is doing now I've forgotten the guy's name.
Yeah, don't even bother telling us because you don't sound like
I forgot.
You sound like a guy whose wife just broke up with him.
I know, I'm pulling apart. I can't remember the guy's name, but he died in the car crash.
Sam Kinison.
Yeah, HBO's doing.
Just stop. Stop, Paul.
I know.
Ford, you're on Run of Fez.
You can count on Twilight winning the Oscar.
Mike, you're on Run of Fez.
Looks like Twilight's a singing for a Nosferatu.
That was my favorite so far. John, we got you, buddy. You're on Run of Fez.
The cast is not going to arrive in a hearse. They're going to arrive in an Oscar.
Have you heard the news? Twilight won an Oscar.
Here's Adam. Adam, you're on Run of Fez.
Looks like Twilight's going to be knocking them half dead at the Oscars.
All right, Paul, I'm done with this bit. HCG is already mad at me for leaving you on too long. This is
well, that's it. And you know
Thanksgiving is coming up, Paul. I want to just say something I'm thankful for.
Yeah.
I'm thankful that your wife left you, and I'm thankful that this is the last time you'll be on the Run of Fez.
Yeah!
So it's been a pleasure.
There we go, back to that. Okay. Incidentally, I have to say that I'm very happy for Flea's mom, and I think it was a very sweet gesture on her part, and I would love to be her intended.
I know that she really wants to marry Fez, but I got a certain secret that's going to rock her world. I'm sworn to secrecy.
She doesn't need to send me email proposals. What's next? Emailing me photos of her vag?
Let me tell you something. I have a secret about Fez that you guys wouldn't guess if I gave you a million years.
Oh, man.
Not a million years. Let me just say this. He's not the guy he appears to be, and I'll leave it at that.
He's not a Sagittarius?
Oh, no, he's a Sagittarius.
Oh.
So that's not it.
Damn it.
One
99.
Down. One down.
99.
Peggy Carlisle, your turn. Have you worked anywhere in the Broadway industry? No one could say I was acting like I had shades on my face, and it was 1964. All right, 866-RUN-0-FEZ, 866-RUN-0-FEZ. They did bring up HBO's going to do that biopic on Kinnison. It kind of makes me mad a little bit, like, why can't he get a movie? Why is he going straight to HBO?
Yeah, it's a big enough story. I don't understand.
Somebody wrote this to me. This is an email. It says, Dearest Ron and Fez, hiya, boys. I was thinking about my favorite holiday movies the other day and got to thinking, none of them have anything to do with Christmas, really. Here are my top 6 favorite Christmas movies. Number 1, Die Hard. Did take place at Christmas. And, of course, no one can forget that big scene where he dresses the dead guy up as Santa. But the little, have you ever watched Die Hard again? Look at the little smirk as he thinks of, I'll put this dead guy in a Santa suit. I don't know why he was so happy with that. Number 2, Fast Times at the Ridgemont High. Number 3, Catch Me If You Can. Number 4, Die Hard 2, Die Harder. Number 5, Trading Places. Another dressed up Santa. And number 6, Lethal Weapon.
That is a great list.
Pretty neat list.
And I totally fucking identify it with it. I've always said to my... Yes, I always said to my mom that I... Hold on. I always said to my...
What are you doing?
Jesus! I was catching stuff.
What
It
happened?
was an inch away from my eye. That last razor, and it's still in my shirt.
Hold on. I've called in the help to pick up razors. It's the only time I'll come into the room.
Did
you drop some razors, sir?
You threw a piece of paper at me. I was happy I caught it. Then you threw a fucking 30,000 razors
You
at me.
never should have bragged. But I'll tell you right now, Earl loves when I throw razors
He
because
does.
then he feels like he works in a barber shop.
Then he has a job. Then he has a little task to do. Hannah and Her Sisters, I always said, is the best holiday movie. It's got nothing. It doesn't.
That's Thanksgiving movie.
I consider it Thanksgiving and Christmas.
There's no
because
Christmas.
There isn't a Christmas at the end? Or was that another Thanksgiving?
No, you're thinking of Everybody Says I Love You, the musical.
Okay.
Where they do Christmas in Paris.
Yeah.
And then for some reason, they all dress up like Groucho Marx, and it's a big
Yeah.
Groucho Marx party.
That was
I don't know
strange.
why. I love it.
Yeah.
I love that scene.
I love it too, and I was also going to say, and Radio Days, that to me is Christmas. And it's only because of the one part where she takes him to Radio City Music Hall for the Christmas Spectacular. But every Christmas I have
Well,
to
you're
watch
wrong
Radio
about
Days.
that. They did not go for the Christmas
Or
Spectacular.
something.
They went for a game show. It has nothing to do with Christmas.
The other thing, I remember him, the kid got something for Christmas in Radio Days.
No, all kids get stuff for Christmas.
Like her
Earl,
boyfriend.
thank you. And here's your change.
It was definitely a winner.
Get that, would you please? And watch out for the next one.
Oh, Jesus!
Ricochet.
I love those movies.
Frank, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, guys.
Yeah. Yes, go ahead.
Holiday movie for me is Gremlins.
Now, that's a good call. Gremlins has the big scene where they're ruining Christmas.
And Phoebe Cates' father got stuck in the chimney. She hates Christmas.
Yeah, that was the big callback there.
And we brought this up, but my family always loves to watch Godfather on Christmas, especially the part where Michael and Kay are walking with their presents.
Well, that's the scene that young Mikey D is in. So try to pull that out to your family.
That's
yeah,
good.
And he stops.
Yeah, and that's just always feel. But the weird thing is, the whole entire movie feels Christmas to me, even though with the wedding. It's
What
summertime.
movie reminds you of Christmas? Roots.
You know what? There was a Roots Christmas. That was a Christmas special.
Your name is Toby.
His name was Kunta.
Yeah, he kept that, right?
Well, they beat it out of him. harshly. But yeah, I mean, I
Later
remember
change it back.
Yeah, Kizzy wrote it out because they found she found this grave and it just had a one name, it just said Toby, and she crossed it out and wrote Kuta Kente. And
Don't ruin the movie for Fez. He's never seen in the end. So what were you saying?
But I always think of
Here's our good friend Arch. Arch, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Buddies, the movie The Ref, Dennis Leary.
Now we're talking Dennis Leary's movie, The Ref, which
The greatest line ever when he goes, "Lady, your husband ain't dead. He's hiding."
Thanks, Arch.
See ya.
Peace. 866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. Here is David. David, you're on Ron Fez show.
Hey, Ronnie. I think Fez's secret is he's banging his benefits, and also the best show is Ed Otter's Chuck Berry Christmas. Yeah.
That's not what we're talking about. That is an actual Christmas special. We're talking about movies that just happen to have some Christmas on in the background. They're not Christmas movies. They have nothing to do with Christmas.
Just a little bit of
Per
Christmas.
se. Are you feeling Christmassy yet? Because they've put up a lot of Christmas stuff.
I am. I get into Christmas spirit. I'm a Christmas guy.
I refuse.
I know, but
and maybe it's because now that your daughter's Jewish, I want her to feel like she's part of it. Because one thing I hate is a Jew enjoying Christmas.
She's kind of going to be raised Christian, whether my wife likes it or not, because my wife...
What is her mother?
Jew.
And that makes the baby a Jew. And that's according to the Catholic Church, my friend, and that's why the Catholics will never accept her or her soul.
I thought Bob Dylan became a Catholic.
He was not a Jew at first.
Oh, all right.
He went from Christian to Jew. But no, he went from Jew to Christian. Then I think he went back to Jew and then back to Christian, but never Catholic.
He's like a wrestler.
He just doesn't know how he feels about Jesus. And how does that make him like a wrestler?
He's a baby face, a heel, a Jew, a Catholic, just going back and forth.
The Jews are the heels?
That's what I was going to say.
If I catch a Jew enjoying Christmas, I'll punch her right in her thigh. Here is Greg. Greg, you're on Run and Fez.
How about Funny Farm with Chevy Chase?
Now we're talking. Funny Farm had that big wintry Christmas scene.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Cue the deer.
What do black people do at Christmas, or what do you do?
We celebrate just like everybody else. We have a tree. We have presents.
How do you do that? By you open up the hydrant and run through it?
No, it's too cold, and we don't have
skate. Open up the hydrant and skate.
No, there's no opening up of hydrants.
Greg, you're on Run and Fez.
Yeah, what do you say, buddies? Harry Potter movies. They've always got a Christmas scene in them.
Well, that's weird too, since they're Wiccans.
Yeah,
they're technically not even Christians.
But they do have Christmas. The guy's right. So Harry Potter qualifies. I always thought Field of Dreams. I prefer that around Christmas. And it's only the one scene where he's looking out at his empty baseball field during Christmas while everyone's partying.
And snow all over it.
Snow all over it.
The second Batman is all Christmas because the Christmas Queen gets kidnapped by the Penguin.
Leo, you're on the Run and Fez show.
Money Pit. That was a Christmas
Money
show.
Pit, the great Tom Hanks.
Haven't seen it in a long time.
It's our good friend, the Radio Shark. Hello, Shark.
Hello. What's the movie where Santa's order for toy show soldiers gets mixed up from 6 inches to 6 feet tall?
I have no idea.
Babes in Toyland.
No, March of the Wooden Soldiers.
Well, isn't that the same thing?
No, it's not. No, it's not the same thing. You're wrong. It's March of the Wooden Soldiers, all right?
I don't think he is.
You're wrong.
You're so upset.
All right, let's. We're going to send you to the big ass prize closet. Just give us your real name and address.
Okay. All right, great. And give me my rest of my prizes too, and the money you owe me.
Sure, as soon as we get your real name and address.
Radio Shark is our shark is not a real name, and we all know that.
He told me I could go to one of his sets, and I said, okay, what time? And I showed up in New York. He would pick me up, and he never showed up.
He's a
joke.
dick.
Big joke.
He does that on purpose.
Big fucking joke. I was going to see the Indiana Jones movie.
Yeah. Here's Jeff. Jeff, you're on Run and Fez.
Hey, Ron. My favorite Christmas movie has got to be Go by Doug Lyman.
Now we're talking. The great movie Go, starring our own Jay Moore as a gay man. Randy, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
Hey, I got one of my favorite Christmas scenes, Jarhead, when they all get wasted making moonshine out in the desert.
Yeah, that's a very strange little Christmas scene. Adam, you're on Run of Fez.
Yeah, I was going to say Love Actually covers a lot of spectrums. People who are like really depressed and don't like Christmas, and people who get into it.
Yeah, but that's a Christmas movie. Christmas is the center focus of that movie, and you're living in London. We're talking about a movie that's not a Christmas movie.
It happens to have Christmas as a backdrop, maybe.
What about L.A. Confidential? It took place during Christmas time because they had the big brawl in the jail cell at the beginning of the movie. They beat up the Mexicans.
You're thinking of Color Purple.
No, it's not the Color Purple.
Did you cry when Oprah got knocked out and her dress went up?
Yes, that
or
was.
Or did you jack to it?
It did give me a little charge, yes.
Sick prick. Kevin, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah.
Money Train.
Money Train. That fucking movie, they had a scene that you go down to the subway and the cashier's in there, that you pour gasoline through the slot and then throw a match in if you don't get paid. After that happened, it went on like 2 or 3 times in New York. People see a movie and they go, "Oh Jesus, that's a great way to burn up somebody at the subway."
Disgusting.
Is it?
It is.
We're clever. You don't like people who burn up other people, do you?
I don't find that to be an attractive
I wouldn't do that,
quality.
would you? I wouldn't do that.
I mean, you're going to burn a person?
Be a human being?
There's a lot of things to burn. Sticks.
Yes, superstar. We could sit around and come up with all the different things you can burn. I thought you moved to Florida. I thought you retired to Florida.
Casey's brother' favorite movie is The Money Train. Oh, no, sorry. It's The Cowboy Way. Her brother.
Fez, you a little jittery over there?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get all antsy and stuff.
5 Hour Energy, is that it?
Yeah, maybe. 5 Hour Energy. What's nice is I won't have the crash, so that's good.
Greg, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Yeah, my favorite movie was Next Friday, Christmas in Southern California.
That's your favorite movie too, isn't it, Earl? When his uncle hits
hit the lottery,
hit the lotto, and have money.
Yeah, I mean they. Oh,
there was a condom floating around in the hot tub.
Animals.
Matt, you're on Run of Fez. We got you, Matt.
Oh yeah, my favorite Christmas movie is Clue.
Winter. Not sure Christmas.
Winter was warm. Are there any Thanksgiving movies?
Well, I guess Hannah and Her Sisters.
Hannah and Her Sisters, Home for the Holidays, which is a fucking killer, starring Iron Man.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Man, that fucking movie. There at the end, when he goes back and gets them.
Oh, man.
You're going to fucking tear up watching that. What are the games on this year?
I know one of them is Tennessee at Detroit. So, and I don't know who Dallas is playing. I don't know what the night game is.
I'll be cheering for Tony Romo that day.
That big fake. It's a big fake.
What's he faking?
Oh, I'm sure he'll be out, doing some heroic saving cats out of trees and grabbing old ladies out of fires before the game starts.
But weren't you the person who made a big deal because you wanted the Romos to be able to vote?
No, it wasn't the Romos. It was homosexuals that I wanted to get the right to vote. Not vote, but marry. In California.
Here's Smitty. Smitty, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Yeah, I got a Christmas movie for you.
Yeah.
Full Metal Jacket, singing Happy Birthday to Jesus.
Happy birthday, dear Jesus. Unmasked, Fezzy, this weekend for all the serious folks.
It's going to be on Raw Dog, and it's going to be with special guest Brian Regan. That's going to air this Saturday, 8 p.m. in the East on Raw Dog. That's Sirius 104 XM 150. Unmasked with Brian Regan.
Let's be serious for a second. Has there ever been a human being funnier than Brian Regan?
No.
It's tough to say that anyone could ever be that funny and that nice.
It's a lethal combo.
It makes me even think that the niceness must be fake. Because to be comedic, you have to have somewhat of a mean fucking disposition, I think.
Maybe it's he's pulling a Tony Romo on us, where it is just all nice guy for the press.
I think you can be nice person and be comedic.
Name another one.
Robin Williams seems very nice.
Awful person.
Really? How about Mr. Steve Martin?
Terrible. Steve Martin was caught up in a lot of Nazi war crimes.
What?
Yeah.
Jack Benny. I never heard a bad thing about him.
Kid toucher.
Okay. My theories are really being shot to hell.
The games on Thanksgiving are Tennessee at Detroit, the Seattle Seahawks at Dallas, and Arizona at Philadelphia.
Terry, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Yeah, Christmas movies, Goodfellas, when Henry comes in with the white Christmas tree giving out cash.
And remember this? Give me the coat. Take the coat off right now. Give me that coat. Take that coat off.
Johnny roast beef. That fat fuck. And then the other guy comes in with the pink car effect.
You know,
why did he have a white Christmas tree? How awful.
You know my favorite? Well, I guess that was like what it was like back then. For some reason, like as soon as something plastic comes out, people think it's better. But my favorite scene in that whole movie is when he just opens up a bag and shows them the cash, and they both look in and like, yeah, cash is good.
Yeah, it goes good.
Yeah, I like cash. You keep it in the bag there. It's nice.
I have to watch that every Christmas.
We ought to rob a bank once.
I've been thinking about that a lot.
Just going in fucking... Hey, did you see the fucking shootout at the Waldorf Astoria last week?
No.
Yeah, in the middle of the afternoon on a Saturday, they were robbing the fucking jewelry store. Just started fucking letting the bullets fly.
That is so old school.
Yeah, tell me about it. And how are you going to get away? Fucking messenger bike? You don't want to be in a fucking... Like, it's a movie when there's a car chase in Manhattan. It took me forever to get in here today. There's no opportunity to have... I saw 2 days ago an ambulance going crazy, and nobody would move for it. Everyone was just fucking stuck. The guy died fucking sitting there in the street.
Oh, Jesus. That's terrible. I mean...
You know what he died of?
No.
Starvation. He was so fucking hungry, just finally dying. Nothing was wrong with his heart.
Oh.
But, the bank robbing thing, it's not even done anymore.
Yeah. I've always been thinking, I still think I could pull off a bank robbery.
Yeah, sure, Red. You'll get away with it.
Well...
The guy looked like a fucking every redheaded bearded guy you've ever seen in your life.
But that's the thing. I wouldn't go in just like myself. I'd have a cool...
You know what you ought to do it? St. Patrick's Day. Then you just fucking run into the parade. You're running into the parade behind everybody
Top
else.
of the morning till you give me your money.
We're green.
I think the cool thing about being a bank robber is you can have a gimmick. I dress up like a football player.
Oh, no, go like this. Yes, Mr. Johnny Unitas, what can I get for you? All your money. That's right. All your money.
Well, you
gotta put a helmet on.
Yeah, you go in. No, I don't understand why guys are just always, lollygagging into the bank robbery.
They lollygag to the bank robbery. They lollygag.
You put on your fucking football uniform in the car and you run into the thing. First of all,
You think that makes you faster? Wearing a shoulder pad and helmet?
No one's going to stop you on the sidewalk when you run into the store because they think, oh, he's doing some sort of weird
no
football
one's gonna stop
character.
anyone.
Right. And then you go into the place.
No one's ever been arrested walking into a bank. It's walking out with the money.
Exactly. So that's why my disguise makes perfect sense. Put it on outside, walk in, maybe wear Ocho Cinco. You could call yourself the Bengal Bandit. And that's so you have a nice little name.
All right, you got a nice name, but how are you getting out of this now with a fucking helmet on?
You're going to keep that helmet on until you get back into the car. And you're just going to have the whole thing every single time. And with each fucking bank robbery, maybe you can change the uniform.
I mean, your point is this. How could I be known as a bank robber? Yeah, you definitely will make the front page of AOL. But this is not the perfect crime. If anything, it's bringing more attention. Why don't you just put the name McDonald on the back of your fucking thing?
But
and it's going to take too long to suit up and get out of that.
No,
he's doing all that in the car.
Yeah, I'm doing that shit in the car.
Before you drive away?
No, somebody's driving you.
Someone driving me. And
what are you
then
going to fucking do? Have your own car? You go running out there with the keys? You got to have a fucking driver.
And
dressed like a ref.
The thing about the football uniform... That's ridiculous.
I know that part was stupid.
My face wouldn't be covered if
For
I was
anything,
wearing a ref uniform.
I'll just have my sidekicks dressed exactly the same, just like the Joker used to.
But think about it.
Oh,
like
you ever
this.
think about pulling off a fucking heist?
I always wanted to rob a train. Is that on a train would be a
What
lot?
fucking train you gonna run? The F train? Why don't you rob the N train?
No, not like an Amtrak train.
How? What do they got on there now?
Well, you can go.
What are they running payroll to out west?
Oh, but everyone's got money on them. You can go from car to
That's
car.
not what you robbed the fucking train for.
In the beverage car.
Earl would be Jesse Owens James.
You would get payroll from that. You might get a couple extra bucks from people in the train. You're gonna get rob the Long Island fucking Railroad. You know what you're gonna get? $2 plus everybody's MasterCard. Text you ever think about robbing anything?
Oh, I'd love to rob a bank. It'd be really easy. All you need is a note and a fucking hat.
Who's going to spell it for you?
A hat. You're going to see the whole face.
See, I think about like a museum robbery. Like if you go like the Smithsonian in D.C., they have the Hope Diamond there behind glass.
Wait. This is the thing. The museum robbers only are in movies. Because who are you going to sell the Hope Diamond to, my friend?
Yeah, I would just have to keep it and enjoy it in my home. I wouldn't be able to fence
The
it.
same thing with stealing those paintings. They just don't fucking happen in real life. There's no one. The second you try to sell it, the most you could do is act like I'm going to burn this up and then sell it for ransom. Now you're a fucking kidnapper of a fucking painting, like an idiot. Dan, you're on Run Fez.
Hey, instead of dressing up like Ocho Cinco and being the Bengal Bandit, he could dress up like Fezzi and be the gay gangster.
Gay gangster.
There's nothing wrong with it if a gangster was gay. There wouldn't be anything wrong with
Gay
it.
gangster.
The problem would be committing the crime. The gay
Ocho
part
homo.
isn't a crime.
Why don't you go like this? Anyone tries to stop me, you get AIDS, see? You get AIDS. Just have your cock out. Anybody want to be sprayed with my AIDS juice?
I wouldn't use my penis as my weapon.
Why not?
You could still be a bangle and just call yourself Ocho Homo.
Why do you keep saying bangle? Why don't you
Bangle.
fucking come in walking like an Egyptian?
How do you talk about? How do you say it?
It's Bengal.
Bang.
It's not Bangle. Bangles are the fucking ones that Prince used to bang. These are Bengal tigers.
I always thought it was the same thing. The cat and the band.
All right,
Hey,
say
it's
both
like a
of them.
beetle
Say,
and a
ladies
beetle.
and gentlemen, the
Bangles.
and
Wait.
we're playing the Cincinnati
Bangles. I don't know. Why would they
Why
change?
wouldn't you know? You're
well, why would
31.
why would those fucking bitches change the pronunciation of an established animal?
Who did?
Those chicks.
They were not fucking saying they were tigers.
That's what I thought.
You're thinking of Josie and the Pussycats.
They were doing bangles like Beatles.
What the? What is a bangle then?
That's some broad you can bang while she's banging on her fucking bongos like a chimpanzee. That ain't working. That's the way you do it. Sean, you're on the Run of Fez show.
What's up, Ron? Harry Homo. Hey, Fez, nothing's wrong with Romo. He helped my grandmother across the street.
I wish they had both been hit by a bus.
We could put this up if you want. Fezzy on runfez.net. If you want to do it, you want to do. Who do you like better, Tony Romo, the hairy homo, or pee in my butt?
I don't think we need to go to the polls on that one.
If you finish third to pee in my butt, it would be the most embarrassing thing that ever happened.
I can't wait to post in that thread.
I'm sure Daily Leader will set it up. Here's Angie. Angie! Angie? Hey, Angie?
Yeah.
You're beautiful.
You were talking about earlier, Jewish girls that you had hit in the leg if you knew they liked Christmas.
I'll punch him right in the thigh if I see a Jewish girl enjoying Christmas.
Well, you got one right here, honey. Drive upstate and come hit me.
How come you like Christmas so much? Why don't you like Chinooga?
Hanukkah.
Oh, is that how that's pronounced?
Yes, it's Hanukkah. Several ways you can spell it, but it's Hanukkah.
Oh, I see. Now, why you like Christmas so much?
I love a tree.
Yeah.
I go to all my Christian friends' house and
Is this
decorate-
Deb? Is this Debbie?
No, it's Angie.
Angie, let me ask you a question. You just get back from Hawaii?
No.
Because you sound a little bit like Debbie there.
How's my caca doing, Ange?
Oh, no, let me check my pocket.
What? Angie. Angie, you got a limit hanging out with sheep eater once a week? Because you sound a little bit like Debbie.
No, I'm not Debbie.
Angie, you like Eddie Vedder's solo stuff a lot?
Do I like what?
Eddie, hey, Angie, you know how to do the tango?
Yes, I know how to do the tango.
Angie, are you happy when you type?
Girl?
Am I happy when I'm typing? Oh, it depends on what I'm typing, too.
Right, because you sound like a friend of ours.
Well,
Angie, you
Hey,
like
Angie.
wearing country
Angie.
club sweaters?
Angie, can you answer me a question? You like smoking a little cigar every once in a while? You might my friend Debbie.
I can make one on fire.
Angie, you like folding your laundry a lot?
Angie, what's your opinion on Imus?
Up to the men in the house. What?
Angie.
What?
What?
Angie.
Angie,
Yes, dear.
you're beautiful, and you can't say we never tried.
Okay, now pick another Angie song. That's the only one you know?
Yeah, well, what other Angie songs are there?
Oh, there's a few of them out there.
Oh, yeah, there's another one. Angie's a Jew girl who talks like my dad, talks like my dad, talks like my dad. All right, Angie, talk to you later, honey.
Talk to you later, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Here's John. John, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, Fezzy, if you love Tony Romo so much, why don't you just marry him? Oh, wait, you can't, because you're dead.
I don't know if it's a joking matter that some Americans are denied the right to marry. I don't think that's funny.
They are not denied the right to marry. Why do you keep saying that?
They're denied the right to marry each other.
But they have the same rights as everyone else. Right now, they have the same exact rights as everyone else. Every day, you get this confused.
They are not able to marry their significant other.
None of us can. None of us can marry another fucking person who's a guy.
That's it.
Dave can't go out and marry a guy.
I can't do that. I would
Earl
love
can't
to.
marry a guy. So why should they be able to?
Love to marry Patty. Can't marry him.
Boy, you love that Patty, don't you?
He's handsome.
He
What?
comes up every day.
He was nominated for The Bachelor, Fez.
Here's what I want to ask. Who do you like better? Tony
Okay.
Romo, the hairy homo, or pee in my butt?
I do not want to see this poll on
I
ronfez.net.
think I might put my 2 cents in for Romo.
I'm voting for Romo. No offense, Fezzy.
None taken.
That is it for us. You got anything you need to plug there, Fezzy?
No, I think I am all good here.
You sure?
I believe so.
If you're so good,
Yeah.
why are you fucking complaining all the time?
The ribs. Cowbell.
You were the one bragging that you were good.
That cowbell just stuck to those ribs.
I know. It got caught in a fat pocket.
Just fat pockets. I'm fucking starving. Are we got any pita pockets filled with fat?
Fresh out.
Damn it.
Now that my ribs hurt, that reminds me. Weird Medicine with Dr. Steve is going to air this Saturday, 8 p.m. in the East on the Saturday Night Virus.
This Saturday, listen to my daddy. My daddy's going to be on that radio. By the way, say kill me if you ever saw me with a black boy. Weird Medicine, Saturday night. No offense, but it sounds like Tasty gave birth to fucking Larry the Cable Guy. No offense there.
I don't know if any will be taken. Probably, though.
You can almost hear a turnip truck fucking running. This Saturday, listen to a Weird Medicine. All right, that is it for us, Fez. We'll be back here tomorrow. And tomorrow, I'm going to try to have some ninja stars.
Ow! Razor blades! They're bouncing off of me.
You don't hear
And
Dave
they-
complaining?
Ow!
Earl doesn't mind so much. Oh, it's Daily Later. Later.
Hey, Ron, I'm looking forward to putting that poll up for you. Hopefully I can beat out guys to get to do it.
Oh, boy.
Now the race is on.
I don't know if anybody's doing better on that board than Gaz.
He's probably the poster of the year
Well,
in 2008.
He's everywhere.
Yeah, we are giving out the senior superlatives at the end of for the Christmas party.
Right. That'll be exciting.
That's the problem. We're having a Thanksgiving party before you know it's time for a Christmas party. I promised, if we could, that I would let Homestar Runner say something. He said something on his mind all day.
That's the end of my show. Donk.